What's going on, guys? So today we're back with a how to bench press tutorial. This is going to keep you safe and hopefully prevent injuries while you're bench pressing. So the first thing you want to make sure is you've got your shoulder blades retracted. So you're trying to touch your shoulder blades together when you're doing it. Now you can do what I do here and squeeze under, or you can lift yourself up, squeeze your shoulder blades, get down. Make sure that your bum is flat on the bench, and what this is going to do, this is going to create an arch in your back. The next thing that you want to look at is your hand positioning. Now you'll notice there are little rings on the bar, and personally I like to have my ring finger over those. Now you can have your middle finger, your little finger, whichever is comfortable for you. Just make sure that you usually get your fingers around that ring, and that's going to help you with your hand positioning. So now that we've got the positioning sorted and we've got everything in place, you've got your shoulder blades tucked, your bum's flat against the bench, you've got your hands in a comfortable position, we're going to look at the actual movement itself. So what you want to do is you want to lift the bar from the rack and bring it to the centre of your chest. Bring it down, hold it for a second and press it back up. That's literally a bench press. Now that we've got the basic positionings down and we know what the bench press is, we're going to talk about the two variations of where you can put your elbows, as I'm demonstrating on screen here apparently. Now, my personal preference is to tuck my elbows because it gives you the most, it will give you the biggest lift basically. You'll be able to lift the most amount of weight if you tuck your elbows because you're relying not only on your chest but on your triceps as well. You can also do it where you have your elbows wide. Now, bodybuilders prefer to do it wide as it really engages chest and sort of solely isolates that muscle. Now we're going to talk about spotting and the importance of having a good spotter. So when I lift the bar off for Mike here, I take a lot of the weight off of it for him so that it gives him the best chance to hit this lift. I then follow him down each time just to make sure. Now, there will be a point where if he can't lift it, I will need to lift it for him, but this isn't about me doing upright rows for him. As you can see here, when he knows he can't do it, I'll lift it and then I'll help him re-rack it. Now we've got some other variations of the bench press. We've got an incline bench press, which I always need a spotter for because of previous shoulder injuries. So I always need a spotter for this, just because it feels so uncomfortable to unrack and rack. You won't be able to hit as high a weight on this, but it will absolutely destroy your chest. Now we're moving on to the decline bench press. You're going to be able to move a lot more weight on this movement than you are on the incline or the flat, because the gravity is helping you essentially. Another thing that I want to mention is it's really important to listen to your spotters, especially if you've got one that you trust, because although you may feel like you're doing the movement correctly, they're watching you. They can see if that bar is wobbling, or if it's moving, or if you're not getting into the right positions in certain lifts. If you don't have anyone to do that, film yourself. It may seem strange at first, but I guarantee you your technique will thank you. So that pretty much concludes the bench press tutorial. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and I will reply and help you out as best I can. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.